All right. I give up. I had an intro made for this. It is what it is. And there you guys go. Welcome to the Thunderdome. All right, so I really think that I'm too loud, aren't I? Or maybe I just have my phone turned up too high, too loud. Howdy, Kashik, Andy, Mac, my usuals. How's everyone this evening? But today, our plan of attack is to go over who Jesus is. Because the Muslims say he's just a prophet, wasn't anything special. More egregiously, he was a Muslim. And the Mormons believe he was just an angel. You know, I get why they might think that a little, because he was the angel of the Lord in the Old Testament. But we're going to go over why that's wrong too. So, Muslims and Mormons, come on up. Show me how you're right. And I suppose some Christians can come up too. You people. So, I see I took too long to start. Everybody left already. I get it. Kashik might be the real one, though. He was here when we started. And I have lost all of my slides for some reason. I left no one. I was here. I've been here since before Chris logged off. Fine. Salam al-Masih.
Hello, hello.
Kill that. Do what?
Oh, I got to meet you on YouTube. My bad.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing. Oh, no, I already have that one. A different one. So, what do you think? What is Jesus?
Jesus is God.
Jesus is God?
Absolutely. The rest of them need to make up goofy, twisted stories, cherry picking here and there, not reading context, because it destroys their whole belief system to think otherwise. Is my air conditioner too loud in the background?
There we go. No, you weren't too loud.
There, everything was frozen.
AC wasn't. No, that was my my web browser crashing for some reason.
Ah,
So, what's your evidence that Jesus is God?
well, he says it everywhere. I mean, obviously not in those exact words, because
He doesn't say it
what?
in those words.
No, not exactly. Because we have to understand that the Bible was written for us, not to us. So we have to read it in the context of the people it was written to in that time. And they plainly understood exactly what he was saying. It's why
Right,
they
you are.
stoned him, it's why they crucified him. Why that is such a hard concept for people to accept today is beyond me, other than their willful ignorance.
I believe it probably is. Oh Lord. Do you see what's in my?
Tasha, you should come on up. You've got way more depth of knowledge than I do.
Do you see what's backstage right now?
No, I can't see backstage.
Mm,
I'm not that special.
that's a pity.
Oh, is it a friend of ours?
Probably.
Is it Muhammad?
No, it's Neil Armstrong, as best I can tell.
Oh,
Because you know what Neil Armstrong backwards is, right? Neil A. Alien. No, okay. Fine. Let's find out what he is. Okay. 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 That might have been before some of your times. I don't
Why are you gray?
know. You've been setting that all day. Oh my gosh. Uh, but I feel you, Kashik. My wife
no, it's not.
complains about my snoring all the time. All right.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How we doing tonight?
Tonight we are going over who Jesus is and who Jesus is not. And I've got Bible Hub pulled up. Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm on my laptop. I could do that. I just got my Bible open.
sweet. But I also need our trusty hadiths and all that. Because Muslims claim he's a Muslim because of stupid things like he was one of the prophets.
But
We have believed in Allah and what has been revealed to us and what has been revealed to Abraham and Ishmael, and on and on and on to Moses and Jesus. We make no distinction between any of them, and we are Muslims to him. So, like over and over, that was 136. 352 says, but when Jesus felt disbelief from them, he said, "Who are my supporters for Allah?" The disciple says, "We are, and we are Muslims." So, I
but he fell to his face and prayed,
have you ever prostrated to God?
just like Muslims do.
Have you ever prostrated to God?
Yeah. And
Yes or
then
no?
And then I pray to my Father just like Jesus does.
Oh, see, prostration in Judaism is not face down, ass up like
Well,
Muslims.
yeah.
So, ain't exactly the same thing. But at the same time, they have to follow the Sunnah, which says you have to do everything that Muhammad did, including
Yeah.
out in the desert with 30 dudes. In front of his
Suna
best
is
friends.
AI.
What?
Isn't Suna AI?
Probably at this point.
That's what they use to make music, actually, I think.
No, that's actually I use that.
I think Muhammad's AI was actual insemination, not artificial. Oh, wait. We're
No,
talking
his AI
artificial
wasn't.
intelligence.
His AI was not well developed yet. It was in early stages. It's called AI Sha.
Yeah.
Why are you guys the way you are? But
I spend too much time alone. That's my excuse.
I spend too much time with you guys. That's mine.
Are you blaming me?
Why not?
I would. All right. So, what are the best arguments you guys have heard that Jesus is a Muslim? We've heard prostration.
The Father
Anything
is
else?
greater than I.
Huh? Say that again.
Well, they always go to the Father is greater than I.
Oh, that he submitted to the Father.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Okay.
in his
Okay.
human nature, as he took on the role.
Kashif says
servant.
AI is Arabic intelligence. Must be why they're wrong all the time. Anyway, so he submitted, he prostrated. That's not much. Anything else?
The Father is the only true God. I know you're waiting for that one.
Submitted to the one God. Ooh. Bad highlighter. Very bad highlighter. There we go. And we've
Show me one unambiguous verse where Jesus says unequivocally, I am God. Worship me.
I'll do you one better. Where God calls Jesus God.
Yeah, weird how they forget that.
Right?
Well, they don't forget it. They've never read it because
They just choose to forget it.
can't even finish a complete verse, let alone read before and after, or a whole chapter, or a whole book to actually gain context and insight and understanding. Willful ignorance.
Kashyyyk, what does the word rob mean? I would actually like to know that. Because I know Ab is father or dad, whatever. But then Rob? Help me out here, bud. So,
come on, James. Google is free.
Teacher, no, it's like rabbi.
Okay. I can see it. Hey, we got a Kifa in the house.
Have you watched? What is the name of the
And a burgundy.
Yep. There. The Muslim doctor. Doctor, what was it? Doctor, what is it?
The one that God Logic just debated.
Yeah. He
Hassan.
Hassan?
Hmm?
No, I don't think he was named Hassan.
It's like Dr. Hassan or
No.
something, isn't it?
Yeah, like something like AS something. Yeah, yeah. You might be right. It might be Hassan, but I don't know. Anyway, he was like teaching the No Square song. That's a very good one. Have you ever watched the No Square song?
No, don't touch me there. That is my no-no
That
square.
one, like he was like, no, we accepted in this one, we rejected in this. Yeah, like and he was doing
Man,
the
boy
chord.
was getting mad.
Yeah, yeah, Nasser,
Nasser.
Nasser, or
There
I
not?
you
just
go.
got to David Woods.
There you go. No
He's the
Square
only one
song.
that'll tell us.
Yeah, that was pretty funny actually.
We'll see you in a bit, Kiva. Oh,
Yeah, there's a
dang, I
ton
was
of
in the middle of looking it up, Den Leader. Den Leader and Kashyyyk both got it before us.
yeah. Yeah, who all's live? One of the Chosen, Imam Claus. There's a bunch of them right now. So I'll bet the OG mods are busy. Elijah's still live. Your brother in Christ is live. Oh yeah.
Mm.
You should go through all of them, and maybe we can make a little reaction review to all the channels that we like. How about that?
Be hard to
Ew.
react to them while they're live.
It must be really funny, actually. We're friendly, man.
Just troll their
Hijack
lives.
their live streams.
Yeah, but then that would get me blacklisted, and I would never be able to work with my heroes.
I don't think that they would have a problem with you, man. If you do it with Muslims, maybe because, like, you know, like,
Right.
even if you
Yeah,
ask
they'll
them to
copy
do
you.
it and they say yes, they'll copyright you.
Kashyyyk says he could do it better than Nasser did. But, all right, so we've had two of the arguments so far for how Jesus is a Muslim. I still have 4 more I haven't heard. Anybody in the chat having any idea? We
I gave
have
you
submitted to the one God. We have Jesus prostrated. Any more?
And we have the Father is the only true God.
He didn't eat pork. So another one.
Ah, the pork. Yes, indeedly doodly.
Or shellfish or camel or hare,
The pork.
except then that part kind of
Ignore the camel thing. Nobody knows anything about the camel thing.
ignore the hare rabbit thing.
But yeah. For the record, I think rabbit is a little overrated.
He spoke Aramaic, so he basically said God as Allah, not a lie, but Allah, according to them. I don't know. That's another one.
That one's a big stretch too.
I actually don't have that one on here.
They use it, but boy, that's a stretch.
And according to them, he is the only one that can say Father, because technically, like God is his father, because he doesn't have a biological father.
Which still kicks him in the face because Allah, you can't call Allah Father in any sense. So that would still be shirk, which would make him not a Muslim.
All right, we'll catch you later, Burgundy. Well, that Kashyyyk, doesn't that mean that we're following the Sharia of Jesus' time? Because he told us what to do, so we're following that Sharia. So why is it wrong for us to eat pork?
Well, it's
I
not
like-
wrong for us to eat pork because we follow the New Testament and all foods are made clean.
I love
If you
pork.
choose not to eat pork, well, that's a personal decision and that's just a-okay. Now, the argument that I don't eat pork because pigs are dirty is a terrible, terrible argument. But
The
I
argument
gave up
is
a long time ago trying to explain to people that pigs aren't dirty in the way they think.
Kashyyyk. That is the exact type of stretch I would expect from them. He says to look up Rob, and I looked it up, and in Aramaic, it means chief.
I think that what they mean is that Muslim are people that are.
Dumber
What
than
they
box
just
of
mean
rocks.
is no. Okay. Well, they mean that Muslim is a person that is like a saint for us. Is a person that is not dirty. That's all. So we are all born Muslims. Kashik has a point there. There are too many exceptions of the word Muslim. Muslim could be like someone that follows the Muslim religion, one that just follows or submits to God, and the other one that is totally clean. So there you have three different things, and they just jump through them. So yeah, like you can be Muslim because you haven't sinned, and that's why you're a Muslim. That's why we're born all Muslims, according to them. I don't know. What do you think about that? So Jesus technically didn't sin. So if he didn't sin, he is a Muslim.
Okay, so how is Adam a Muslim?
Who? Adam?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Adam is a Muslim because he's a prophet. He's like the only prophet that goes to his house and is like, hey, guess what God told me? Like to the only person that he can talk to. Because he's a prophet of the masses of that age.
Speaking of that, who is his audience?
Exactly. Like Eve would be like, oh, yeah, I heard him. So I don't know.
Adam goes home, looks at Eve, goes, "You'll never believe what God told me." Eve looks at him and goes, "I was there, dumbass."
Exactly, man. Exactly. I don't know, but he's a prophet, yeah. According to there's no possibility that a prophet cannot be Muslim, according to them, because prophets are clean people for some reason. So I don't know, like I don't know exactly because like if Momo was having semen stains all over him all the time.
They're clean,
Apparently,
but
he's
they
clean.
drink
Yeah.
urine.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Are they trying to tell me
Weird.
that Captain Patches O'Houlihan was a Muslim?
What the heck is that?
Oh, my boy. Andy.
Is he like the trousers, Captain Trousers or something like that?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I know the reference and I can't recall it.
I
get
know
it.
the referencing I can't deny. No.
It is one of my favorite movies because of how absolutely ludicrous it is.
Oh, it's right there.
Boom.
While my brain is on refresh. Yes. Dodgeball.
Yeah, it's a dodgeball actually. Yeah.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Mm.
I love that movie.
This is
You know-
2004 apparently. So I was alive by then.
I hope so.
You brought up the being clean yet drinking camel urine.
Yeah.
How does
It's sterile and they love the taste.
how does the whole being okay with drinking camel urine, but you can't eat pork thing work in their minds?
You see,
Urine is a waste product.
waste not, want not. But
The
also,
Sheik makes a good point. Muhammad didn't dodge balls.
He didn't dodge. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, didn't dodge balls or baseball bats either. Apparently,
brain surgery afterwards. Oh goodness me. Oh man. All right. So we got 3 more
Yeah,
arguments that you guys haven't gotten yet. Okay. Have any guess?
Okay, so what do we got? 4?
what are we like trying to do? Like, we're just trying to bring up like arguments why Jesus is
The
Muslim.
the
That's
moment.
all?
hold fire arguments for Jesus being Muslim.
Oh, okay.
What's sad is we've heard them all so many times,
I know.
yet just
Exactly.
spitting them out off the top of my head. I mean,
Yep.
every time they bring one of them up, it's like, oh my God, this again.
I can't even make better than them because if Jesus was talking about being born again, for instance, and according every time that you're born, you become a Muslim. So everybody that is born again would become a Muslim by
Oh yeah,
nature. Yeah.
That's a stretch.
Come on, like
haven't
everything
heard
in Islam is a stretch, man.
This is also true. All right.
including Muhammad's moon. Oh,
Well, that's very deep. That's very deep. Yeah.
very deep.
Like Mom. Like this.
Zoot zoot and the toot toot all the way to the root root. And yes, I'm going to turn that into a song.
Dude, the
I already did. I need a lemonade after that.
the camera is following you everywhere, man. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Stop that.
Is that a Cadillac on the wall? Or a
I'm
Ford?
so glad that it followed me up to that wall.
But that car, was that a Cadillac or a Ford? That looks like
I really don't know. I think
that looks like a
before
Cadillac.
though.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like a
well
Cadillac.
before Cadillac.
Way before?
Oh, those are 30s models.
Yeah, it looks
That
like
one
the
might be 40s.
40s. Yeah, it looks like a 40s model actually. Okay.
Well, there's 2 up there.
The black one.
Yeah, that might be 40s. When did Cadillac come out?
I think it was one of the first actually. Like at the 40s there was already that like the first Batmobile was a Cadillac, I think. No, it was a Ford.
40s.
Ford, yeah. Ford Coupe.
Adam West.
Yeah, no. Adam West was not there yet. This is way before. The first time that it appeared, it was just a car. Yeah.
Let's see. Pull up the good old reliable. Holy cow! It was made in 1902. I don't believe it.
James, I just noticed your Live Generously t-shirt. I wore my Live Generously t-shirt today.
They're so dang comfortable. Literally the best on the market, and they ain't even on the market. Who makes them?
I don't know if anything was comfortable today.
It only got to 101 over here.
I don't know I think it got 106 over here. But it's not humid like it is up north. So,
Oh
It-
my goodness.
I mean, it really didn't feel like what I'm used to at 106. But
Just because
I'm
you
okay
didn't
with
get
that.
rain doesn't mean we
Yeah.
didn't. I was dying because of the humidity.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the Momo plus an inch of rain that we got over the weekend is not real noticeable now.
Very good. All right, fine.
That's how I'm
Y'all,
measuring rain from now on in Muhammad's.
you failed me. I had 6 arguments. You only gave me 3.
Oh yes, fasted. I mean, they don't really
Fasting,
fast, but
circumcision, and grading. And they are not the same in the least.
yeah.
Well, there's an extra one, like he's Isa in the Quran, right? So you cannot have anyone that is a prophet. So whoever is a prophet has to be Muslim. There you go. That's another one, but it's very stupid, as everything is. I don't
I've
know.
literally never heard that one. Did you just pull that out of your...
No, it like it's true. Like it's just an like a logical thing, dude. Like if Adam is a prophet, so he has to be Muslim. That's the point of view, right? So Isa is a prophet, so he has to be Muslim. So Musa is Muslim. Everybody has to be Muslim, whoever is in the Quran. Because the Quran says so. Most of them are circular arguments because they all come to the idea that the Quran says so, right? That's all. So yeah, it can be an argument. I don't know. I'm not saying they're very intellectual, but none of them are hard to go against. You tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. They claim there's 124,000 prophets in Islam, even though they only mention 25 of them in the Quran.
Are there 25 of them?
Well, they claim 25.
Adam,
Yeah.
Enoch,
25
Noah,
explicitly named in the Quran.
Abraham,
But
Lot.
they also, I mean, in the Quran, Job is a prophet.
Yeah, and so is Lot.
Or, yeah, Lot.
But my question is,
That
how is Lot a prophet if one prophet was sent to each nation? Abraham and Lot were from the same place, at the same place, speaking the same thing.
Well, I'm guessing what their argument would be well, yes, one prophet was sent to each people group, but there could have been more than one, but it's at least one.
Are you saying the prophets are inept?
In Islam, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, Muhammad seemed to need all the help he could get. Now, Burgundy makes a very good point. If Lot was also a prophet, why was he sent to Sodom and Gomorrah? Those were not his people. something's telling me that this religion is a load of barnacles. So, you guys got submitted to Allah, to one God, one God, and that is correct, Burgundy. They are from Ur. But Jesus didn't just submit to a God, a generic God, a God that has 99 names and Yahweh ain't one of them. There ain't no way. Ur's in Iraq? Call him bullsheep. Where was Ur? Old Testament.
So I've got a question for everybody. Notice how Muhammad ibn Jafar I all of a sudden disappeared out of the chat after I told him where there was a live he could come up on and give his testimony.
We all saw that, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
all
he didn't
down
want to come
for
give
it,
me his testimony.
and until I, he denied being Tawheed and everything else, and then I told him where he could come give his testimony tonight. And come on, you. Sorry, I'm chasing a horsefly around. Yeah, once I told him where it was, poof, he disappeared.
Where did Abraham end up? Like at the end. That's actually something I don't know. Anybody?
What was your question, man?
Where did Abraham end up?
Where did he die?
Where he had his encampment. Born in Ur, was in Haran. Haran was. How am I supposed to read this? Holy cow. That man was on the move. He went clear from Ur, which is at
Mesopotamia to
darn near
the
the.
land of Canaan.
Yeah, you went from the tip of the Persian Gulf, like a few miles out. I'd say maybe 100. And then ended up at the end of. What does that say? Dang near the tip of the Mediterranean Sea. That dude moved. I never knew how far he moved. But I mean, it makes sense. He had over 100 years to do it. No, I mean.
Well, he really started like him when he was like 45, man.
Yeah, and then he had Isaac when he was what? 99? So, yeah.
So he had 100 years almost. Yeah.
He died at like 135 or something like that. Did he? 175. So yeah.
Yeah, so about 75 years at least, for sure.
Yeah, I feel you, Burgundy. He is secret molehead? What is a molehead? Are you cursing in my chat? How dare you? Don't do it again. Not in my chat. But we have Jesus submitted to the Father, not Allah, because in these numerous verses, if you can see my mouse, you cannot. That's gay. Luke 22, John 5, John 20, and Matthew 26. So let's give the people what they want. The scripture. Doth anybody have?
You know, pull up and read specific verses, James.
Walk. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yep,
I think
James is
we
frozen
we
again.
just lost him.
There, now he's
Now,
back.
no, there's two James now.
There's two Jameses.
Now, one has a hat and the other one doesn't.
Well, that's how you can tell them apart.
Yeah.
You know, it's like telling Allah apart from the Dajjal.
Hmm.
Allah is not one-eyed. The true
And like
James wears a hat.
Dijon mustard though.
Okay. I was checking to make sure I had a hat. All right, so bring that back up. And we want Luke 22.
Put your slide back up that's got your bullet points on it.
Why?
I cannot wait to
'Cause
see
I was
what you
gonna-
prepared for us, man.
Because I was going to pull up the verses. But maybe that's what you're doing, is pulling up each individual verse.
I was intending to do that. But if you guys are also willing to do this, you guys are probably quicker than I am.
I don't even know what you're
Yeah,
trying to
Brandy.
do right now, but okay.
Ur is like 50 miles off the coast of the Persian Gulf. And then he went all the way to the Mediterranean. And then, supposedly, after he went all the way to the Mediterranean, he went to southern Syria, or not Syria, Arabia, to get all the way down to Mecca to build a rock. Make it make sense. Because he was 99 when Isaac was born in Haran. So, who here would travel another 1,000 miles after he was 99? Don't be afraid, raise your hand. If you're raising your hand, stop it. All right, go have fun over at CK. I get it. You don't love us. You prefer to be over at Christian Kings.
I'm thinking of going on Christian King too. Let's go. Let's
Oh
go
my
back.
goodness.
Let's go there and bring your slides, man. You probably could cook
Yeah.
there some people, man.
Because she goes, yay, I love this class. He promises slides and doesn't give him slides. I'm a professional. You know, eventually somebody's going to clip me. And it's just going to be an hour-long thing of me saying I'm a professional.
You actually look like the Fallout Boy, man, when you do that.
Ooh, Fallout Boy?
Yeah.
Sugar going down, down.
No, not that Fallout Boy. The Fallout from
Fall Boy?
yeah, like the game Fallout.
Yeah, Vault Boy. All right, so everybody got their verse? I got Luke 22. Bueller. 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 I could have been up in northern Ontario.
Okay, so what do we want to go over? Do we want to
Okay.
go over these verses that the Muslims use and refute each of them? Is that the plan?
I believe it's the asterisk on my slides that say what they want, and then the rest of them say what they don't want. You see, Jesus fasted like a Jew. Well, Leviticus tells you. Oh no, that's the only command to fast. Matthew 26 is the prostration. And of course, Jesus only calls God Father, so really no point in doing that. But then we have all the Quran verses alongside it. So if anybody has any suggestions about how to do this,
I've started the DDAs. Yeah.
you started what?
No, Kaushik is asking if we have read the DD8. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Didache.
Oh, okay.
The Didac.
I thought that it had to do with the DD line. Maybe, I don't know.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What's your point about the Didache?
Tashik says in the Didache it prescribes fasting rules, and the Muslims use it a lot.
Let not your fast be. Let not your fast be with hypocrites, for they fast on the second Monday and the fifth day, Thursday of the week. Rather, fast on the fourth day, Wednesday, the day of preparation, Friday. Do not pray like the hypocrites, but rather as the Lord commanded in his gospel. Pray this 3 times each day.
I don't get it. Like, they mean that fasting is just not eating during the day, right? And that's all what they call fasting.
So in Islam, yes.
Okay.
However, if you are interested in
What's their reasoning for that?
because Muhammad couldn't make it an entire 24 hours without eating,
Well,
or else his tum would be upset.
I mean, he had the strength of 30 men. He probably had the appetite of 30 men too.
Why do you think he ate so many sausages?
Okay, that's
All beef,
uncalled
no
for.
pork.
Maybe some
Do
pork,
what?
I guess.
Do what?
What did you say, Walking?
I said all beef sausages, no pork.
This is also true.
Yeah.
You have to be fair. That was true. There we go. Now, you know what? Everyone is making good points about the fasting. So I propose we move on to 5, the one that apparently not everyone is fully aware of. Because Kashyyyk is making it seem like the Jews would break the fast at night. And according to tradition, that's not necessarily true. So,
If you eat after midnight, you, at least them, I think that they become green and they stop being mogwais.
Did you freeze on us again, James?
Yeah, I think so, man. This is crazy, man.
if StreamYard drops me one more time, I'm going to be upset.
It's really out to get you.
We're not having a good time, bro. Right, so we want Exodus.
I thought I broke you with my Gremlins joke.
I don't even want to know.
What verse are you
Right.
wanting to go to next, James?
You can take Leviticus 23.
Leviticus chapter 23.
Yes,
What verse?
it'll be 26 through 32. And just come over here, share this. Booyah.
Talking about observing
We've
the
got
Sabbath,
Exodus. Do what?
Day of Atonement.
Yes. That is the only command to fast. So in Exodus 34. Say what?
Yeah, you're still up.
Oh. In Exodus 34:28, we have the story of Moses being with God. So he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He neither ate bread nor drank water. He wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. So this is, sorry, not exactly a reference to fasting because he was there with God. God sustains everything. So him being close to God, you would not need to eat or drink because you would be fully sustained. However, this is just another point at which you see a fast-like activity being all day, all night. And in fact, it parallels Jesus's own time in the desert. Can we start at 25? Sure.
Well, is James cracking a little bit on your side?
A little bit. Your audio is just a little choppy, James.
Chop, chop, chop. Sounds good to me. All right. Kashyyyk suggests starting at 25. So you shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with anything leavened, or let the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover remain until the morning. The best of the first fruits of your ground you shall bring to the house of the Lord your God. You shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. The Lord said to Moses, write these words, for in accordance with these words, I have made a covenant with you and with Israel. So he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He neither ate bread nor drank water. And he wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. I mean, yes, we see a bunch of added rules to it. But, what is your point with this, Kashyyyk? Out of curiosity. Okay. You got yours up, walking?
On my phone,
Okay.
I can read it. You want me to pull it up on? I don't
I can get this
have
real quick.
Bible Hub or anything open on my laptop.
What do you want? I can read it.
I
if you
can
want.
shortly.
Go for it.
Let's see.
Okay, what do you want me to read?
I think this one's on Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pull it up on Bible Hub and all.
An explanation on what? It didn't say fast until morning. It said do not feast until the morning.
But what is this proving? Sorry?
That Jesus did not fast like Muslims. Where'd it go?
No, he never did. But like, why do we have to go all the way to Leviticus?
Because Leviticus is the only time that there's ever an actual command for fasting.
Okay.
The rest of the time, it's completely by your own volition. I think I bring up Ruth as well. Leviticus, Daniel, Joel, Luke, Matthew. No, I didn't bring up Ruth. What's that? Oh, do not let the sacrifice last until morning. Okay, that's what it was. It wasn't that a fast would or a feast would go until morning. It was the sacrifice, aka don't leave it out. Don't let it spoil. Okay. Now we'll get back to Leviticus. There we are.
According to this, they translate it as afflict yourselves, and it could also be used as fast.
I'm in ESV, right? Yeah.
Well, I thought that was my screen up there until you started scrolling. If you got it, I'll just
Wait, you got
sharing
something?
my screen. No,
Hey.
I'll just. I had the same thing, and I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I tried to do the share screen thing. But you've already got it up there, so
Yeah, you had it up.
did I have it up?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, but that's your screen there, right?
Yeah, this is my screen.
Okay,
Go for it.
you want me to read it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Leviticus 23, 26 through 32. And the
Right.
Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Now on the 10th day of this 7th month is the Day of Atonement. It shall be for you a time of holy convocation, and you shall afflict yourselves and present a food offering to the Lord. And you shall not do any work on that very day, for it is a day of atonement, and to make atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whoever is not afflicted on that very day shall be cut off from his people. And whoever does any work on that day, that person I will destroy from among his people. You shall not do any work. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwelling places. It shall be to you a Sabbath of solemn rest, and you shall afflict yourselves. On the 9th day of the month, beginning at evening, from evening to evening, you shall keep your Sabbath.
Thank you very much, sir. And as our fearless leader mentioned, the times that it mentions affliction, fasting, just like in 29, 27, and 32. So, he was not lying to you. That is the way it goes. So, that's the next one is Daniel 10:3, if you would so please.
Are you pulling
Actually,
it up?
could you pull up Joel 1?
Joel
Check my
1.
mind. Yeah.
Joel 1 what?
It'll be 13 through 16.
Right.
So, in Daniel 10, verse 2, and so on. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning for 3 weeks. I ate no delicacies, no meat or wine entered my mouth, nor did I anoint myself at all, for the full 3 weeks. On the 24th day of the first month, as I was standing on the bank of the great river, that is the Tigris, I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a man clothed in linen with a belt of fine gold from Uphaz around his waist. His body was like beryl, his face like the appearance of lightning, his eyes like flaming torches, his arms and legs like the gleam of burnished bronze, and the sound of his words like the sound of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men who were with me did not see the vision. But a great trembling fell upon them, and they fled to hide themselves. So I was left alone, and saw this great vision, and no strength was left in me. My radiant appearance was fearfully changed. I retained no strength. Then I heard the sound of his words, and as I heard the sound of his words, I fell on my face in deep sleep, with my face to the ground. Now, the main point here is
It didn't
verse
eat
3.
delicacies.
Do what?
It didn't eat delicacies or anything. That's what you're
didn't.
calling fasting?
No delicacies, no meat, no wine.
No
So-
meat, no wine.
Correct. It wasn't just about not eating at all. It's why or is my stuff not working with me today? Look at me. Watch me. Watch me.
Does your camera have tracking, James?
Yeah, but my computer sat backward and hit it against the desk. So yet again, we see that people were allowed to fast according to their own volitions. Does this mean he did not eat at all? No. He set aside any of the good things in life, like many of us do during Lent. He decided not to have cake, a steak, hot dog, wine.
Nothing
would
that
be
he
beer.
would actually enjoy, pretty much. It's just what he needed, maybe. That's what it means, right?
Right. And that's pretty much what we do during Lent.
We do it during what, sorry?
Lent?
Lent.
Okay.
It's the technically 43 days leading up to Easter, starting at Ash Wednesday. Yes, that.
Well, maybe I'm
Yeah.
doing my fasting wrong because I actually don't eat anything at all when I fast.
Beginning Ash Wednesday, leading up to the Holy Saturday before Easter.
Well,
it's
to be
40
fair,
days, not including
Mac,
Sundays.
you exclude Sundays?
Well, it's 40 days if you don't count the Sundays.
Correct. Those are called feast days to the EOs and Catholics. But again, Mac, it's to your discretion. If you
But
want to
how do
eat
you
nothing.
fast then? Because like I literally like if I'm not gonna fast for 4 days, I literally don't eat anything in 4 days.
Well, if it's going to be like a disciplinary fasting, like I want to get closer with God, I want to discipline my body, then I eat nothing. The only thing I allow myself is technically a prescribed beverage, and that would be Red Bull. I actually have a prescription.
Red Bull? Okay.
Yes.
I
How
couldn't
are you?
handle that prescription.
Huh? You want that prescription?
No, he
No, I
couldn't
don't want
handle
that
it.
prescription.
No, Red Bull
I
makes me
feel
crazy.
the same way about Red Bull that you do about Brussels sprouts.
Oh my sir! How dare!
It's really bad for your heart, man, for sure.
Okay, I want you to tell me which one's worse: the chemicals I'm adding into my body, or my resting heart, my heart rate of 120. Which one's worse?
Well, aren't
I
the
don't know.
chemicals
I
you're
think it's
adding into your body making your heart rate 120?
Yeah, exactly.
No. I drink the Red Bull and it goes down.
It goes down. When I used to
I'm a
do a
little
lot of
messed
four
up.
position shooting when I was younger, I could get my resting heart rate down to about 35 to 37 beats a minute.
Well, I can artificially do it, but my resting, as I'm just sitting
How
here,
do
having a
I
good time.
how do I zoom in my screen?
You press Control and then you like use your mouse to
He doesn't have a mouse. He's on his phone.
No,
okay.
no, I've got it on my lap. I pulled it up on my laptop.
Oh,
Okay. Then press
So
Control and the wheel of your mouse, the middle.
Oh, okay. Is that
Okay.
better on the share?
yeah, I can read it.
I
Okay.
can not read it, but okay, it's good.
How can you not read it?
It's tiny, man, but okay.
I have it full screen.
You have it in full screen. Yeah, this is not
Yeah,
full screen.
I'm in.
For me, but okay.
Yeah, I'm in full screen.
Let's see what happens if I do this.
Okay, I just put you guys in full screen. Now I can see it.
Okay.
Put on sackcloth.
Kashyyyk can read it.
Lament.
So
Or
Yeah,
priest.
Tashik
That's what
said he
matters.
can read it.
Yeah, let him read it then. Go for it, Kashyyyk.
Okay, so Joel 1:13 through 16. Put on sackcloth and lament, O priests. Wail, O ministers of the altar. Go in, pass the night in sackcloth, O ministers of my God. Because grain offering and drink offering are withheld from the house of your God. Consecrate a fast. Call a solemn assembly. Gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land to the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Alas for the day of the Lord is near, and as destruction from the Almighty it comes. Is not the food cut off before our eyes, joy and gladness from the house of our God?
All right, so we see that the leader of the people decided that everyone was going to do a fast, and it was a no food, no drink, fast of repentance and for fear of God. It wasn't a let's go gorge ourselves at night because God can't see us type thing. So that is yet again another thing that doesn't quite look like Muslim fasting, does it?
No, it doesn't. But nothing looks like Muslim anything. Like we just have to like make a point that what was the kind of like fasting they made? You wanna do that, right? None of them looks like any of the fasting they make or they're supposed to make for sure.
Right.
Well, and they do it for show.
Oh, that's it.
They do it for show.
Read one that you're not supposed to do it that way.
You're not supposed to. When you fast, don't
like
make
the prayers
faces.
They do for show.
Don't make faces, it says.
Yeah, do you have that verse, James?
Which one?
About when you're fasting, not to make faces and contort and
Yeah, that's Matthew 6.
Okay.
Matthew 6.
I wonder if I had
16.
that.
Yeah. It says, when you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do. For they disfigure their faces to show others they're fasting. Yep.
And we will get there. So, in Luke 4.
In other words, like in Christianism, nobody likes whiners, right? That's it. That's what it says.
I mean, the reason you're not supposed to make a face is because if you're going to fast, it's a personal thing between you and God. It's not a public thing. Nobody should know that you're fasting. The only reason people find out that I'm fasting is because my wife is going to make my food. My father needs to know that I'm doing this, so I'm not going to go have a beer with him. And on Fridays, we go over to my mom and dad's house. So when she sees me not eating, she needs to know why. It's not because her food sucks. It's because I'm doing something. So
yeah, it's
there you go,
the
James.
same.
I've got the Matthew verse pulled up. If you want to put that up
also,
for a second.
In Matthew, it also talks about the vain repetitions. So I think it's on the same verge. It's in the same idea.
Yeah. I think yours is literally next after mine.
The Matthew 6 verse.
Then Matthew. Yep.
On fasting.
Yep.
Okay.
You're right behind. Right. No.
Not in the Zoot sense.
Wait. Thank you. All right. So the fasting of Jesus. And Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, returned from the Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness for 40 days, being tempted by the devil. And he ate nothing during those days, and when they were ended, he was hungry. So, yet again, fasting according to your own volitions, according to however you decide to, and then sticking to it. It's not, hey, I'm going to fast for 6 hours and then I'm going to feast. Idiots.
I like the idea that fasting would be a sacrifice, and a sacrifice has always to do with giving something that is hard for you to give. It doesn't matter what you do give, is that you are counting it as something important to give, that it's not easy to do. That's it.
It's to bring you closer to God. Relying on God to sustain you, not earthly things.
Yeah, that's why you can make a fast out of like playing video games or whatever you
Right.
like the most, right? Like you fast from the things that
Mhm.
you're like, hey, God, like I'm sacrificing this and I'm relying on you. I don't need that.
Right.
I need you. That's it.
Mhm. Like 1 year, I did a fast where I gave up all meats that give me joy. So I ate literally nothing but fish. Let me tell you, there are only so few many ways to make, to bake, to fry fish. That was the longest 40 days of my life.
Dude, you're so American, man.
I am. The first world
Like,
problems.
ask any Asian about fish, man. Like, fish is life, man. Like,
Well,
we are opposite of you, man.
You can't make sushi every day.
I could.
It all depends what.
Fresh,
But yeah,
fresh
I
South
don't like.
Dakota walleye and perch,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sushi on. Oh yeah,
Tell me how long eating those fish as sushi lasts. It's
I
not a
guarantee I
horror
could do
until
40 days
you're
on just
made to
sushi.
do it.
I agree with Pocket. There's 1,000 different ways to do fish.
This is not a cat. I'm not skinning it. I tried frying it, grilling it, sauteing
You
it.
you go and fish some cows. Come on.
Ceviche.
Oh, ceviche. That's good.
What is
Ceviche.
ceviche?
Yeah.
Ceviche.
Oh, that's just like you take the fish and you're gonna cook it and something very acid. Usually, it's gonna be something like
Lemon juice.
lemon juice. Yeah,
Yep.
How else do
Now,
you cook fish?
I've been told you can't do that with like freshwater fish.
I'm not sure about it, but I've done it
There's
with shrimp.
there's
Shrimp is really good with
right.
that.
Something about saltwater fish doesn't have, or there's a lot less chance of having um, any sort of parasites in it versus freshwater fish. I've never tried it with freshwater fish. I've always wanted to with like perch or bluegill because they're nice white fillets, firm, and yeah, the lemon juice to it and it'll just firm up more. I mean, in theory, its texture is just like being cooked.
But what
But
do you
it's
call
just
sushi?
Oh, it's supposed to be raw?
Just to understand, what do you guys call sushi? Because why is sushi linked to? I've heard it a lot. Like Americans do that, even Canadians do that. That sushi has to do something with
well, if
raw
I'm doing
fish.
sushi, yeah, if I'm doing sushi, it's
Well, look up what
well
the definition
primarily
of sushi
sashimi,
is.
but
Sushi is just
it's
rice balls.
tuna or eel or um, shrimp, but it's all saltwater based fish.
Yeah. Okay.
A
I think
Japanese
that
dish consisting of small balls of or rolls of vinegar flavored cold cooked rice,
that's
served
just
with a
right.
garnish of raw fish, vegetables, or egg.
I think that you're talking about sashimi then.
No,
Sashimi
No,
is
What's
sushi
sushimi is the one
is
on
fish and
pasta.
rice. Sashimi is just fish, and I
correct.
prefer
Yeah.
sashimi.
I like sashimi too, man. Because it has to be
Sushimi.
prime, very, very good fish. That's all I can tell you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sushimi is a Japanese dish of bite-sized pieces of raw fish, eaten with soy sauce and wasabi paste. So it's sushi without the rice.
Yeah, but you can make sushi that doesn't have fish at all. which
Yeah,
is
because it
weird.
can
And
also
then,
have vegetables.
and then you
or,
have what Americans call
whatever the
sushi, which is
egg.
like California rolls, and that doesn't count.
You
Dude,
shut your
those are the
mouth.
best. Those are the best. Then,
Shut
then, then, it, and then if and if now that you put chorizo, now they're called tacos. There you go.
What'd you just say?
Well, the tacos are sushi, you know, but it's just they're Mexican sushi, I guess.
Just like gyros is Greek tacos.
Right? Yeah. I called them gyros. I didn't know it was gyros. Gyros.
Gyros.
Technically, it is gyro because there is no "g" sound in Greek.
Is that cognac Greek?
It's both.
Yes. How would Jesus have pronounced it, James?
Don't make me answer that. I will make a joke, and it won't be fun for anyone.
Go for it, man. Come on, nobody's watching actually.
All this food talk. Now I'm getting hungry, and I ate right before the stream.
Ow!
We do this too much. I'm going to get fat. I'm trying to lose weight before a buddy's wedding in July.
People are gonna start watching this. I'm very sure that there has to be a thing, but we have to like step it up and make it a little bit more things happening in 1 minute. You know, that's all.
Well,
Yeah.
we're getting somewhere. We're learning. We're growing. This is only the third live.
I'm figuring out how to present and bring my screen up. This is a big W for me.
I'm figuring out how to use a mouse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if
no
Kashyyyk
idea how to
thinks
use
that
it.
y'all got me screwed up. Gyros
is pronounced like heroes. It's a "y" sound.
I just shared him 5 TikToks and got completely ignored. What?
I made a post for my whole 7 subscribers. Yeah. How's that? We've got like 6 of us in the group chat, and I've only got 7 subscribers.
I like turtles, by the way. I like turtles. Yeah, like turtle penguin is like, what are we, chopped liver? I don't know. I actually like chopped liver, and it's very weird because most people don't like liver at all.
Well, she doesn't. I know for a fact she doesn't. I mean, who says it's just a she?
Who's a she?
There James goes accidentally doxing people again.
Yeah, I've never heard of this turtle. What is that? A penguin? Never heard of that.
Turtle pangolin. Isn't that how we got COVID-19?
No, I actually gave her that nickname. That's my wife. That's my wedding name.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for your service, ma'am.
Because nobody else.
All right, should we get back to scripture?
Yeah.
Okay. So
In the
Matthew
beginning.
6,
There you go. Go for it.
Matthew 6:16-18. And when you fast, do not look gloomy like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces that their fasting may be seen by others. Truly I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, that your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you.
Amen.
Right.
I have a question. How do you? I've never done this. How do you anoint your head?
With oil?
No. Like, but you buy like a little bit of oil, like olive oil, and you just put it on your like forehead or something.
Well, it's supposed to be holy oil,
What?
but many words. Normally, it would be holy oil, but if you're grieving, it would be ashes.
No, but what are you talking about? Like, do you need like an Orthodox church to do this for you, or
No.
what does that mean? Because like, how do you have holy oil? Isn't all oil holy,
No,
or
you
does it
just get
have to go
oil.
through a
You have it
priest?
through any clergy, really.
Okay, so it's like baptism of the oil.
Yeah.
I'm actually asking like for real because I would like to
In a
when I do
sense,
my fasting, I would like to do it with how it's said, and it's
you
like
can,
put oil on your head. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, well,
you can get anointing oil online. Like I've got a buddy that he's got a little glass bottle of anointing oil on him basically all the time. And if he comes across somebody, in his day-to-day life that, looks like they need prayer, somebody to talk to, whatever, he'll, if, talk to him, pray over him, and he'll ask if he can um, anoint him. And it, yeah, you can get it online.
how is this different than just normal oil? Like for instance, those
It's got a blessing in it.
It's got a blessing over it, yeah.
and who does the blessing? The
A
priest?
priest, a
Clergy,
pastor, a clergy.
clergy. Yep, yep.
Hmm. Okay. Aren't we priests?
Okay.
No,
Not
honestly,
exactly.
it does say that
I
we're priests. But
We
I
are
don't know.
part of the royal priesthood. However,
yes.
I encourage you to go speak with somebody with a little bit more knowledge about that one. Uh, those who have been ordained would have a better
Yeah.
explanation of that. Like, do I know what that means? Yes. Can I articulate that at all? No. Not at all. So,
Well, here's the situation. This comes to a question because basically, like when you have the when you're taking the bread, when you're doing the like what is it called? The
Sacrament.
Eucharist,
the
pretty
Eucharist?
much, right?
Yep.
Yeah, ma'am. Some people have the idea that you could do it with whatever, pretty much, as long as it's bread and it's something like grape juice. And people don't like that. Like some people just take a laugh at that. But I believe that these are things that exist in reality. Like, does it have to have the anointment, or does it have to have the baptism of a priest to actually make it to actuate it? Or can you have a communion only by just eating? Because like it seems like in the New Testament, having communion seemed to be like just like people going around and having food together. Not that they had to have like exactly how is it called, a loafer, or what is it called, the wafer, having a wafer or something like that. It was just more like eating, and it was like drinking the wine.
Okay.
Why does it have to be something that someone has to approve? That just seems like extra steps for
Well,
something that is not even
it-
there.
I got you. I got you on this one.
I go
Because,
to a Baptist
actually,
church, by the way, but just I don't have that problem because I can do it with other people. But my point is like, what if I once go to another place and I don't have my church, right? Like, I would like to be able to do it myself. Like, why can I do it alone?
because first of all, there's a reason why it's called communion. What does communion mean? The word.
No, I understand. Like it's almost like communism. Yeah.
Sir, what?
Yeah, that it's a commune, that you have like everybody shares everything. That's what communion means.
It means to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah, sharing
It's a
in,
fellowship.
in the idea of sharing. Yeah,
The connotation with commune and communion are not there. A communism, a completely different connotation than commune.
no, it's the same word.
Yeah.
Like because like in like but
Communion.
okay, fine. One is like it's there's everything wrong. I'm not for communism. I'm just telling you like that's like, but it is the same word. It's
They
supposed to be the same, but it's not.
they may stem from the same root word, but they are entirely different as standalone words. Kasha
Like
hit the nail on the head in the chat. Communion is the sharing in fellowship of Christ.
that's part of it.
So it I mean, I've got my own thoughts here, but I wouldn't say that I'm knowledgeable or have anything to back it up other than my own thoughts and experiences. So but yeah, communion you can't really do alone in its true sense because you need the fellowship.
So one of the main reasons why a priest and a pastor, or whatever the EOs have, should be the ones administering it is because of 1 Corinthians. Whoever therefore eats the bread or drinks the cup of the Lord in an unworthy manner will be guilty concerning the body and the blood of the Lord. That sounds like a
But that's
pretty
an internal way. Like it means that you are not ready to eat it. You're not taking it. You're not partaking of it because you are dirty inside. You're not doing it because you are not doing it in a way that you are clean to do it.
and who would be best to assist you in figuring that out? Could be your religious leader, right? Somebody
It's
you
just like you
trust.
shouldn't partake in communion if you're in an unrepentant state, as
Mhm.
Mrs. Turtle Penguin said. You know, you got to use discernment.
That is absolutely correct,
And
Mrs. James.
I think there's probably a ton of people that go to church and it's time to go up for communion and they don't even think about that.
Yeah, and what does
You know,
the pastor
they're just
do about
robots.
it? It's
Well,
like
and that's
the
just
pastor
it.
just keeps giving it, right? So it's not like if you
Well,
have a
right.
pastor that it's gonna be like, hey, you can do it, you cannot, you do it, you can do it, you cannot do it, you should, you shouldn't, you should, you shouldn't. Like he's not
Well,
gonna tell you. So why can you do it alone?
So
the
part of the
pastor doesn't know, you know, what's on your heart in that moment. I mean, you and God are the only two that know. So you've got to use your own discernment
Yep,
as far
that's
as,
what I think. Yeah.
but
yeah.
at the same time, the pastor would know whether or not you have had the instruction about what it is, about what it does, because it's not just whether or not you're guilty. Words. It's not whether or not you're guilty internally, but it's also whether or not you have been uh, given the instruction about what God says about it. Because if you're walking up to it thinking, "Oh, hey, it's just a wafer and wine," well,
Right.
you would be doing a disservice. And the pastor could also possibly be sinning himself by allowing you to sin.
Well, and
I've
the pastor should make sure that his congregation understands
What's at
what,
stake?
yeah, what all of this actually means. And I know, I mean, especially in westernized Christianity, there's people that go up for communion because, well, that's what everybody's doing right now. I mean, that's where we're at in the service.
Kashik, what do you mean?
know,
There are places like outside of the U.S., by the way, that we don't have exactly like a lot of people that we can participate with. This is something that comes to my brain and my mind. Like there was like once this idea of something that happened that was called COVID-19, and
Yep.
Never heard of it.
we had to do it in our own homes, like through internet or something like that. I was like, hey, well, if you take a little piece of bread, like the whole idea is that in my church, they made little cookies that look like fish all the time, like little small ones, right? Like those goldfish cookies, but without any cheese or anything like that. And that's what we were like using for the bread to take the bread. And we would use like some grape juice or something like that. That was like the whole idea, right? That's a Baptist church, so it wasn't a problem. But like when you were alone at home, you would be able to do this Eucharist alone. So what stops you to be able to do it alone if you're doing it in the verge that you're with people and you're doing it in the remembrance of Jesus? Or do we have to actually like think that there is like transubstantiation involved?
Well, what does Jesus and Paul say? What is it?
I don't know what they say. They say a lot of things, but like, what do you mean? They say about what? Sorry.
What does Paul say Jesus said about the bread?
Do it in remembrance. They do it in remembrance.
This is my body. This cup is the new cup, the new covenant in my blood. And in Luke, let me find it.
But you see there that this remembrance of me. So the most important thing is that it has like that. It's like almost like when he's talking about lust. Like the important thing is what it means. So remembrance is the most important word, because if you start sandwiching it, remembrance is what brings it. Yeah.
But at the same time, what do they say it is?
Oh no! I agree. We're partaking in the supper of, like, if it was a sacrifice. I agree totally. But why can't we partake in that supper being alone, for instance? That's what was my question, because that happened in COVID-19.
Right.
That we were alone in our houses doing it. Are we just playing around?
We'll find it.
Your main question is, if there's nobody else around, is it really
right? Because like Catholic churches,
are you okay doing it yourself?
Right. Catholic churches, if you cannot do it, they will go to your house, because maybe like you're a very old person and you're very ill or something like that. They will send someone to your house and give you the Eucharist.
The church I grew up in did the same thing.
That's completely fine. You said by yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying
if
by
somebody
myself.
comes by, that's fine. And I'll show you what I mean. In Matthew.
No, I'm okay with the idea that someone comes by, but like, what if you cannot do it?
Like, if you're gathered in my name, there I am among them. Yeah, I had that pulled up for you.
We have missionaries like in countries that you cannot really have anything Christian there, and they're kind of like alone. It's like they're just alone in the hill, like whatever, and they connect to our internet, for instance, to watch us, and when we're having our little, not little, well, yeah, our stream of church. And they participate with their own little cookie, let's call it that, but they're doing it alone.
Was it consecrated in person by the priest?
Nope. Not at all. That's the thing. And there's other people that I've heard that like, yeah, you can do it like with even a little piece of pizza, for instance. There's a lot of people have. I've made this question to some, and some people are like, yeah, you can do it with whatever. Like the whole idea that someone has to be in between, that's just traditions of men.
What did Jesus use?
He used the bread.
Specifically, what type of bread?
Unleavened bread.
Unleavened bread.
Unleavened bread.
And what did he do when he broke the bread? See,
he sunk it in the wine, I guess.
Well,
no,
he prayed. He prayed before he
prayed before he
gave the bread out. Right.
Broke it, yeah.
So that's where he made a blessing over it. So I guess I can't say that I disagree with it's just a tradition of man to have somebody, and in between that's giving the blessing over it is pretty darn important. That's a pretty key step.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I believe
now if somebody was truly alone, then
go on.
I mean, if your only option is you're completely alone, yet you want to partake in the Eucharist, doing it in remembrance is a pretty key aspect too. And God knows what's in our heart. But
I would just encourage you not to do it alone. Because not only was Jesus
the fellowship is a very big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
because
like
again,
in the state, like in every corner, there's like you can find a Walmart every place, right? You can find a church everywhere. But like some other countries, like you can ask Kaushi, it's not as easy as it seems.
Right.
You can go miles and miles and miles and miles. You will not find anything.
Yeah, but all you gotta find is one other guy.
But what about if this guy is like I don't know, the worshiper of the devil? Of course, he's like gonna be like, what? No, or like just find someone else to do it with. I don't think so.
There's not going to be any punishment for not being able to do it. Let me figure out how to say this.
We could do hours and hours and hours on this alone.
Ain't that the truth? But for example, baptism is necessary for the salvation of sins, or the salvation of you from sins. However, if you have just given yourself to Christ and you, for example, get in a car crash and die before you can get baptized, no, you're not going to hell for that because you didn't reject it. You didn't decide that Christ's words and his institutions.
I think you made a very key point there, James. There's a difference between not being able to do something and rejecting doing it.
Exactly. So
does that help with your question as far as, and okay, in today's modern era,
it's a big
that
problem
person that's alone Can
Mhm.
you have fellowship online?
I think we actually are having some fellowship right now. So if I
Yeah,
wanted to
right.
make the bread, we could kind of like try to do it, right? So yeah, but it shouldn't be what we would like go for. Like I think that you still have to have a
Right.
real place. That's how I see it. But I don't know. That's me personally. But there are people that don't have that. How do we work with that?
for the time being, they just wouldn't have communion because there is a physical element to both of these items,
Now,
baptism and Eucharist.
do you lose your? Are you not saved if you don't have communion? Because, like for instance, in Eastern Orthodox, like if you don't do it for a long time, you kind of are lost. You know, it's like you're the lost sheep now. You are not part of it, so you're kind of like
No,
not saved anymore.
no.
No, that's good.
The way that
We're
works is
we're going to get
if you,
dangerously close into the interdenominational thing that we're really trying
Yeah,
hard to
we
avoid,
shouldn't. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
especially in today's uh
good point.
what all is going on in that
Environment.
arena.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
environment.
Yeah.
environment.
That's what I was trying to think of. Because I am very much trying to avoid any and all talk of that interdenominational stuff. One, because I don't understand all of it. I'm not learned enough in all of it to have a fully fleshed out opinion. But two, we got lots bigger fish to fry than EOOO,
Yeah.
Roman Catholic, Protestant. It
Now,
there's a
first
lot
of
of
all,
other battles to be fought first.
I am going to throw this out
Yeah,
there
like
because she does
Islam.
have a very
Yeah.
good point. It is not about where it happens. It matters who is present. Kashyyyk, now you've lost me.
No,
Take it
there's
back.
Pokemons, Digimons, and more mons. You gotta catch them all in their lives.
But Kashyyyk got baptized at a hospital. That's good. That works. According to okay, can't go that far. That would give away denomination. But it doesn't matter who baptizes you. Baptism is baptism, as long as it's water and word, according to how Jesus told us to do it. Then it is baptism. Mormon baptism is not baptism because of the added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird question, maybe. Like Kashyyyk, did you get baptized like in full water immersion, or did you get baptism like with sprinkled water? Because
It does
that's
not
also
have to
part of
be
the
full.
DDK. In the DDK, it talks about sprinkling.
It can be sprinkling.
But there are many denominations that definitely say it has to be submersion. Full water immersion. That's there you go.
Although I am envious of all the people that got to do full immersion and can remember it because that is so dope. So dope.
I did.
I was baptized as an infant. I don't remember it. But
Remind me tomorrow on our
Discord,
yours and my Discord chat to ask about this because I've been doing some more looking into the church I grew up in, and I think I have some questions.
This is a
just
good
did
question. I don't know, at least to me, right? Like, I really want to make this question. Can I baptize people?
in emergency.
Only in emergency? Like, can I just, like, maybe, like, come in here, you know, like, I want to baptize you and actually baptize them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. and they believe that, and I'm like helping them because I don't know, like, is there a possibility or it's only an emergency?
I believe there's a difference between the type of baptism that we can do, which is like emergency, like, oh, you and I are in a torture prison in Russia. You just came to Christ. We have no idea if we're getting out. Yeah, I'm emptying my canteen over your head. But if we are in a patient society, like we are, you have the time to understand what you're getting yourself into. You're not rejecting baptism. You've given yourself to God. Take the time to learn what you're getting yourself into, what you actually are proclaiming to believe. Because if you don't, and you get baptized, then what was the point of baptism?
Then how is it possible that you were baptized when you were a kid, a baby? Did you know what you were getting into?
Here's my favorite analogy for that. Do infants know anything about disease?
Yeah, they get a little bit ill and they don't like it for sure.
Do they understand
understand?
anything about disease?
Yeah, for sure. Like, what kind of infants? Like a baby or like 3 years old?
I'm talking. I was a month old. My
Oh
kids
no,
were a week.
you didn't know anything at 1 month. I don't think you can know anything.
Right.
Pretty much.
So did I understand what a disease was?
Were you Doogie Howser? I don't know. Maybe not. No.
Good reference. But no, I wouldn't know what a disease was. But did my parents still give me what's the word? I lost it. Vaccines?
Okay, vaccines. Okay.
Yes, my parents still gave me vaccines because they understand the harm that diseases cause. And they make that decision for me because they know what is best for me. They know what they're going to do with me and what God would want for me. And so, with my best interests looked out for, they decided to have me baptized.
Gotcha.
That's really cool, actually. I have absolutely no idea about that. I believe we are in communion with them currently. Andy, for the record. That is the analogy, Kashik. Yes. It does the exact same thing that Jesus says that it does. But just because an infant doesn't know what is going on doesn't mean it doesn't work. Because it's a work of God on man. It is not man's work or a public confession.
So you do believe in infant baptism? Because like in my church, we don't believe that, according to this. I'm in a Baptist church, though. So probably it's different than you.
Yes. I mean, I think you know what my denomination is. Don't say
Yeah,
it.
I think we outed ourselves in the group chat, but yeah.
I mean, with the boys, I'll out myself.
Don't say it, and that's it. That's all.
But this is public.
Right. Yeah, I don't care if the people I communicate with on the daily know, but on the public side, I want to keep away from the getting hung up on denomination and not.
Yep, just the word.
Yeah.
What does God teach? That is all I'm concerned about.
Yep.
Because honestly, the EOs are right about a lot. Catholics are right about a lot. Lutherans are right about a lot. Baptists are right about a lot. And they're right about the necessary things.
Core, yep.
So
I
that's
was
why
actually
I,
giving a lot of thought about that today, that, you know, the creeds.
right.
I mean,
Well,
if you call yourself a Christian and hold to the creeds,
yeah,
you
but
know,
there's
all sorts of stuff that can be hashed out down the road.
but
Yep,
here's
there's some good discussions to be had, but
yeah.
The good
like I said,
discussions
we've
should
got,
be kept private.
well, yeah, and
Okay.
there's a lot bigger fish to fry as far as let's lead people to Christ first.
Right.
No,
Like,
I
for
do
example,
understand, but but there is like a situation that I cannot wrap my head around it, because I go to a Baptist church, for instance, but I call myself non-denominational because I make a lot of questions, just like I'm doing here. I'm not like 100% into the Baptist church thing, because I go into this panels and I listen to a lot of things, and makes me think a lot, and I watch a lot of things on the net, and I read a lot. I buy my books, whatever. Yeah. So it's like I have a lot of questions for sure. So I'm not 100% sure about everything, but I'm okay with it mostly. I like Baptist church for sure. But infant baptism is like a very big problem for me, because it is said that Jesus says that in order, basically to be saved, you have to be born again. And then he talks about the idea of being born from the water and being born from the spirit to Nicodemus. And I cannot conceive the idea that a baby that is 2 months old or 7 days old, because they would do it also, some of the denominations will do it like this is what is substituting circumcision. So it has to be at the 8th day or the 7th day, according to, tradition, right? So
well, that is an argument.
what can a baby that age be born again? Like, he was just born again. He wasn't even born again. He was born. So 7 days later, he's born again.
Why does
That's
it matter
my
what
problem,
age?
right? Because he hasn't sinned.
Right.
Infants can't sin?
They can't. Like 7-day-old babies, no.
Ah.
But because you would be assuming that there is like original sin. And now we go into another problem that we can take like 10 hours.
Right. I was just going to say, I say we table this discussion and go back to the slides, because
Okay, that's fine. I
The
was just wanting
sacraments
to make
are
we're gonna
topic I
turn into
love to
CK's
talk about.
panel.
the show. I wanted to make the show a little bit more lively. That's all. Sorry.
It got
No, I think it's
spicy.
all great discussion, but with all the with the way the environment is today, and yep, there might only be a half a dozen or so people watching right now, but I don't. I have zero desire to
All right,
unknowingly put anything out there that somebody could
Well, I
grab
have a
and
question.
say,
I really have a question. It's very theological. Is Jesus a Muslim?
All right,
Coach,
we lost the
there.
chat.
Thank you, man.
Because we lost the plot.
yeah.
All right, so back to proving Jesus doesn't belong to Islam or Mormons. Now, the entire point of the New Testament is denied in Islam. And here we have it. Jesus himself talking about his crucifixion and death and resurrection. And much like Muslims, we have Peter denying that that will ever happen. Matthew 16:21 and on. From that time, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord. This shall never happen to you." That sounds awfully familiar. It's like a white man with red hair out in the desert in the 7th century said something similar. Oh, so what does Jesus say about that? But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me, for you are not setting your mind on the things of God, but on the things of man." So what does Jesus have to say to Muhammad? Anybody care to guess? Get behind me, Satan. So, literally, Jesus saying Islam is of Satan. What a wonderful, wonderful message for them. And,
Which
yeah.
we can all clearly see just by Muhammad's moral character, that
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Islam is not of God.
It's of LGBTQ.
It's not even of that. I mean, it is, but they'll deny that.
Is that the first time you've heard Matthew 16? That? Or is that the first time you've heard that tied to Islam?
I'm guessing it's the first time he's heard them tied together.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because, oh, okay.
Yeah, related to Muhammad.
Well, I mean, it's that exact phrase that Peter says is exactly what Muhammad says. So
Allah made it appear so, and thus accidentally created Christianity.
oh yeah. Allah,
I mean that.
Allah made it look like.
Okay, so we'll tie that to the Quran. So we've all heard the Allah's the best of deceivers, and they'll
Yep.
say, "Oh no, that's a bad translation. He's the best of planners." Well, either way you slice it,
Well, if he's the best of planners,
he's
that's
the
a
best of
terrible plan.
deceivers. Right. If he's the best of deceivers, he deceived everybody by making it appear so, and therefore creating Christianity. Or he's the best of planners, but his plan was terrible because he inadvertently created Christianity. So either way, it doesn't work out for them.
Do you guys want to see the funniest thing I've ever seen claimed about Jesus?
Okay, I was thinking like, hey, you cannot take off your clothes or anything, man. Come on. But okay, what about Jesus?
No,
okay,
that's just the
go for it.
funniest thing my wife has ever seen.
No, okay, come on. What is it, man?
Let me find it. Yeah, there we go.
By the way, we are punished because we have believed in Allah. Because if Allah said that Jesus was crucified, he made it seem like that, and we're trusting Allah. We're the only ones that trust Allah, right? So, but because we trust Allah, we are the worst beings? I don't know. It's just doesn't make sense to me.
So
Yeah, they want to say there's contradictions in the Bible, yet the contradictions and things that don't make sense in the Quran is what they call narratives from two different perspectives, or what they call contradictions is generally just the story told from two different perspectives. It's not a contradiction. But in the Quran, there are blatant contradictions.
mhm.
Oh,
So
Quetzalcoatl. What's up with that? The Mexican.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. Órale, sí.
Jesus came to your hometown.
Yeah, apparently he did.
The Mormons
He's
believe
omnipresent, so technically, yeah.
that Quetzalcoatl, the Aztec god, was Jesus in the Americas. It I don't even know where to begin to debunk this because it's so ridiculous. But this would be the technical second coming of Jesus. So technically, Jesus already came a second time. So I guess we're never going to see him again.
Well, and then right there underneath, right above your cursor, the top of that paragraph,
Oh,
the other sheet,
the other sheep.
the other sheet referring to displaced Israelites. Well, BHI believes the same thing.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
it,
Well, that comes to John 10:16. That I know. And it says,
Right.
and other sheep I have which are not from this fold or this flock. I don't know, depending what translation you have. So
Which is humorous
basically, they're
because we
saying,
all know
yeah.
what that actually means.
mhm.
Could it be aliens?
The Gentile.
Like, I've heard people saying that it's aliens.
It's just the Gentiles. And I
I
have
know,
other
but
sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd. If the other sheep were the lost sheep of Israel, wouldn't that still be one flock? You're just after the ones that ran away. It'd still be one flock. No, he's
Mhm.
talking about a second flock, a flock that does not belong to Israel, but will be grafted into it, as we see throughout the New Testament. It's
well, there you go. That's I like that. I like that for sure. Why not?
so the other sheep were Israelites that were already in America. God bless them, they're
It's
idiots.
so hard to even attempt to make it make sense.
You might think it's not true, but there is a truth about it. Okay, like Quetzalcoatl was like all the way. Quetzalcoatl, like check out like Aztecs and stuff like that. When were they at? And at the same time that there were the pyramids, there were the Aztecs. So time-wise, it could be, but the conquistadors did bring a lot of Jewish people.
Well, I mean, they brought Catholicism, so
Catholicism and also Judaism.
so
So
you
that's
see all
why,
this Quetzalcoatl stuff
yeah,
echoed, or Jesus is echoed in Quetzalcoatl later on, and
Right. It's all
Quetzalcoatl,
retelling.
Quetzalcoatl has nothing to do with Jesus. But I'll just tell you what is it. Like
well, no,
it's
you can actually see this happen over and over and over in Hinduism. Uh, what is it? Brahma. Brahma wasn't this three-faced individual until Christianity moved into India, and they're like, "Oh, this Trinity thing that works with Brahma, I guess. If we make this guy, and this guy, all Brahma,
Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahman.
right?" now do Thomas in India.
Yeah, Thomas in India.
Hey,
Is that a thing?
yeah,
Yeah, it's a that was the Church of Thomas. Like Thomas as an apostle went to India, and he was killed there. Well, unalive, sorry.
Oh, I think I did know that. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like some
I
or
attempted to
or are
have a
you just
discussion.
catching up to what I was saying? About Brahma and Hinduism.
Yeah, but Quetzalcoatl is considered the how we call it the god of he's a serpent that has
Wings.
no, not wings. It's
Feathers.
feathers. The feathered serpent.
Mhm.
And his mom, it's called Coatlicue, which is two serpents, kind of like the caduceus thing that doctors use, like to say that this is medicine, like two serpents going into a loop. That's what Coatlicue is. If you check it out, you'll see her, and that's why Virgin of Guadalupe is so important in Mexico, because there was this idea of native people having they loving the mother of God, so they went from Coatlicue to Virgin of Guadalupe.
Now, do you know when that individual came to be a thing? By any chance?
Who individual? Sorry.
The mother of Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, that's the mother of all the gods of that group of gods. Yeah.
See, I was just curious because the way I understand it is that the symbol used to be one snake around a
Oh, that's
staff.
the Ouroboros. That's Ouroboros, and that's the idea that's the serpent that is consuming itself.
No, I'm talking about the medical symbol. It used to be
Oh,
one
that
serpent on a staff.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
the
that
serpent in the wilderness.
I think that has to do with the Jewish idea of the staff with the serpent, like when they were in Exodus.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
called
know how it
caduceus.
turned into two serpents. So,
Oh, that's because of Mercury.
bruh.
Yeah, sorry.
Bruh.
Yeah. No, the caduceus is like the idea that it's a staff with two serpents, and that's the Hermes, the Greek idea of Mercury.
Mm.
But then when it did take the idea that it was the idea of Moses having a staff also in other cultures, so they just kept it, and it was like, oh, that's beautiful. But it was basically the staff of Mercury, because it had to be done fast, and Mercury is the fastest planet. Yep.
Sorry,
You
I was
remember
just talking to Kashyyyk.
You remember Flash, right? And the first Flash that had a little like a base in it on his head. You know, the '60s Flash. It was based on Mercury. That it
Flash
had the
Gordon.
little, yeah, the little. No, Flash Gordon. No, the first like DC Flash.
Oh, yeah, with the wings on his helmet.
It was based on Mercury. That's the caduceus. He would have had that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying good night, Andy. But here pretty soon, I think I'm going to have to log off.
Yeah,
But-
I can't do another
Yeah,
after
another
midnight.
1 a.m.
Oh no. Oh no. It's early, man. No.
Yes, too early.
Yeah.
And
My night got unexpectedly long last night, and
Well, that's because you were
Had to-
enjoying pork chops.
yeah,
Sorry, I guess I made you deviate from what you wanted to do. I guess. Sorry. I wanted to just make it more lively. I wanted like to make interaction and everything. Man.
well,
Okay.
that's one thing I'm learning about the group chat on Discord.
Mhm.
We are quite the. I mean, everybody's got a little different depth of knowledge. I'm learning it's a very well-rounded group.
Yeah, it tends to be. Everybody's got their own expertise almost,
Yeah,
which I appreciate heavily.
and then there's me that knows a little bit about a little bit.
I tend to stick to my 2 topics. Well, 3. I know my religion. I know enough about Islam. I know enough about Mormonism. Now, the big problem with Mormonism is who is Jesus? Not just Quetzalcoatl. That's just funny.
Jesus is an
Joseph
archangel.
Smith was on some. But Mormons believe that Jesus is the spirit brother of Satan. Why? Because when you become a god, you get a planet. And then you spread your spirit seed. What is that, Mac?
Oh, that's L.A. Apologetics,
Probably LA short on Barabbas.
which was very impressive. I liked it a lot, and he made it on our
Oh, it's Barabbas.
kind of like it was the Barabbas thing.
He went a different direction with it than
Totally.
we were.
Expecting,
we were discussing. Yeah, I'd like to say I was the first to view it when he posted it because I happened to be awake at 4 a.m. So I got the notification right away and jumped right over there. But yeah, he kind of blindsided me because it wasn't what I was expecting, and was so much better. I
It was
mean,
very
it
accusatory.
would have been great if he would have just done what we were talking about the other night on Barabbas, but the direction he went with it and the way he did the visuals, oh yeah, it gut punched me.
No, it was very nice. Like it did hit hard. I think he could have done the 2 at the same time, but come on, like
Yeah.
it was really cool. He cleaned it very much, and it was like more about we are all the ones that sent Jesus to the cross, and that's a
Yep.
beautiful thought too. And kind of like we are Barabbas. Like that's an interesting one. Like because like we are all Barabbas apparently, And yes, we are actually.
We are. Yep.
But here is something real screwed up about Mormonism. Anybody ever heard of the Mother God cult?
Yeah. You also have it in the Old Testament, by the way. But yeah, what is it?
Mormonism started it because the father has a wife called the Heavenly Mother.
Yeah, I've
That's
even
the only
heard
way
that
that
it's
he was able to beget Jesus.
that's listen to this one. I don't know how you think about it. Like there's like the father is the father, but the mother is the spirit, the Holy Spirit.
Oh my goodness, no.
That's how they put it together because like you need a mom and a dad, right? So Holy Spirit is the mother, Father is the father, and Jesus is the son.
Except there's still a Holy Spirit in them.
I don't know. It's just
There's just
kind of
another
weird.
God. Because we can all become gods in Mormonism.
So they're quaternarian plus a infinite number of
Quaternarian?
gods.
There you go.
I can bring a Mormon.
Infinitarian. Except there's
I
no
can-
unity. It's just infinite
Right.
pagan gods.
I can probably bring a Mormon that I know about that likes to be in panels and stuff.
It just
To ask, at least.
that's why I like
I
these religions, because they like to use my scripture, and it just falls apart. Just
now
Because
is
if-
it Mormonism that in John 1:1 adds
in the beginning was the Word.
in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God?
No, that would be JW's.
That would be
Yeah,
Jehovah's
okay.
Witness.
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witness
Yep,
changes.
that's in the watch. Yep, that's the watchtower.
Translation.
Yep.
The Mormonism use the
It's
King
Angel
James.
Maroney.
What you just said made me sad that I didn't get my opener. I couldn't figure out how to make it work.
Oh, it's all right. There you go. But yeah,
I made it home.
they believe in other things for sure. Yeah.
But
I am definitely not well versed on the Mormonism and JW stuff, and I keep getting things confused.
oh yeah, they're easy to switch up. They believe a lot of the same
Well,
things.
I was going to say, didn't they kind of basically stem from the same thing? And
I don't know where Jehovah's Witness came from. Really don't. Just another bunch of heresies bundled together like sticks.
like a house of cards.
And all you got to do is point out the fact that if the Heavenly Father had a Heavenly Mother to make a future God Jesus, then what was the point of Mary? Anybody? Because I don't get it.
Do you think that Mary is the heavenly mother of God?
No.
No, I'm just asking because they just sounded
No,
like that for a
no.
second.
Yeah,
No.
I
was like,
I can get why it, in a sense it sounded that way, but no, he's saying if Jesus had a heavenly mother and heavenly father,
And
then
thus we had the
what was
pre-incarnate Christ.
what was the point of Mary? But
So, yeah. Just
we know angels are created beings, aren't they?
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
100%.
So then they're claiming that Jesus is a created being.
Correct.
But everything that was created through him and by him.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's
I
the
mean,
problem.
How can they look at scripture and just gloss right over that like it doesn't exist? Well, I know how they can because that's what cults do. But that whole taking your brain out thing is when I first started listening to apologetics and heard that mentioned with the Muslims, I was like, oh, that's, kind of a catchphrasey thing, but it's not. They really truly have to remove any sense of comprehension.
Well,
Hey, you should.
I'll try to make a little point about that because, like, that was the beginning of Arianism. And it's not exactly stupid, in my opinion, because it makes the idea of like when it says begotten, the only begotten Son of God. The question is that they want to make is that if begotten is an act, if begotten is a work, or let's say action, a verb. If you begot something, there has to be an action. So if there's an action, it's almost like begotten could be some kind of like synonym to creation. And that's where they want to stick to. Like begotten is not something that comes from, but like when if in the beginning there was God, like that's like a zero. But when you say begotten, there was an action that created the Son. And that was the whole problem of Arianism. And that's why we have the idea of Trinity to go against it. And that's where Santa Claus went and hit and slapped Arianus, or what is it? Arrhenius, or
Irenaeus.
whatever.
Irenaeus.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that rap that Keith and I made. I've got like a big vision for a music video for it, and then that's something that I have in my mind is the video of Irenaeus getting smacked.
So,
At some point, I'm going to have to really call on LA for some help in the AI image creation stuff, because I would really like to make a video for that. And then put all the words on the screen, because I can't follow along with them. It's too fast.
as you guys pointed out, everyone, including Jesus, was a created being. Now, care to tell me?
But make that the point. Like this is for whom? Because this is for Mormons. Because you just say it like whoever came into the life there is gonna think that you're like promoting that, and that's not you.
This is about Mormonism, like it says on the what's the little picture thingy that you have to click on in YouTube?
Thumbnail.
The thumbnail.
Yeah, that thing. Thumbnail. Like it says on the thumbnail, Mormons and Muslims are wrong. So, just clearing that up. Now, we have established that every person ever born was a created being according to Mormonism. Care to tell me if God the Father is a created being?
Is that a question you're opening? No. Then no. He's not created.
How about in Mormonism?
Apparently, yes. Like they will answer like this, and I've asked that to them, and they say like, we don't know. It could have been. We don't know.
The
So
thing
like
is that one of the
that's our limit of knowledge.
And as man is, God was.
How would the Muslims say that? Allah, or whatever. Only Allah knows.
White Muslims say that.
What's that?
White Muslims say,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the most
Yeah,
famous
Mormons.
quotes, as God is, man shall be. And as man is, God was. There it is. Try. According to Lorenzo Snow, in a poem he wrote, that it is appreciated very heavily in Mormonism. here we go. Oh, I didn't share it. There it is. Snow is credited with succinctly summarizing the Latter-day Saint doctrines of exaltation and eternal progression in his often repeated couplet, "As man is, God once was. As God now is, man may be."
That's where they get there. We can all become God theory.
That's not where they get it. It's just the way that a man summed it up. It's one of the
Okay.
most famous quotes in Mormonism.
What what year was this quote, by the way? Because that's a very interesting thing, because I like art, right? And that's a Mexican quote of an artist, but from the 1800s.
Come again?
For death. And it's like, how you see me, you will be like how you see me, you will see yourself. And how you see yourself, I saw myself. And it's about, like, the like death, like the face of death, like the Katrina, they call it, the one that's like a skull. And that's a very, very, very interesting thing, because when was this that he said? Because it sounds exactly like what they have in
Very
a
similar.
tradition in Mexico.
I did not know this. Now, I'm trying to be able to. I don't know Google Docs, but I do. Let's just do that. In the teachings of the Prophet Joseph Smith, page 346, you'll find Joseph Smith saying, "He was once a man like us, yea, that God himself, the Father of us all, dwelt on earth, the same as Jesus Christ himself did. And I will show it from the Bible." I've got nothing but dirty words here. But that is a quote from Joseph Smith himself. And then later, we have another prophet, Brigham Young, in his Journal of Discourses. "The only men who become gods, even the sons of God, are those who enter into polygamy, later to be changed because of legality." How do people think this religion is real? And then, in this same journal, "We are created. We are born for the express purpose of growing up from the lowest state of manhood to become gods, like unto our Father in heaven." And then, as I stated, the president of Mormonism at the time, Lorenzo Snow, "As man is, God once was. As God is, man may become."
Okay, that is plagiarism. I just sent you if you click on the thing I sent you on the chat, just check it
Let's
out.
see if I can. There we go.
Because we're going to prove that was plagiarism of a Mexican thing that actually is in a Catholic church.
Bring that right on up.
Yeah, because when was Joseph Smith starting the whole Mormonism?
I saw
1830. 50?
1830. Okay. But Lorenzo, this guy,
Lorenzo Snow
1903.
died in 1901.
Okay, there you go. So it's possible that they had it. Like, this is not something new. It's just a thing that happened in Mexico. So maybe they went to Mexico and they were like, "Oh, look at that. That's cute."
Well, just like all the stuff that Muhammad got wrong. He
Right.
heard something or, and misconstrued it to something else. I can definitely see the parallels there.
Now
It
you
says,
hear
"Como te ves, maybe nemini parco." That's like the something of the death. Parca is the death, like it kills you, right? Like, como te ves, maybe how you look. I once looked like. But how you see me, you will see yourself. And this is the year of 1833. Obviously, it's a Catholic church for Christians. You will rogarás a Dios por mí. You will beg to God for me. And in heaven, he will talk about it. Something like that. So it's just a saying.
so what you're saying is that it's plagiarism the other way around.
Kind of like
Because
yeah.
Lorenzo Snow was born in 1814.
Yeah, but when did he say it?
No, I'm saying that
Around
this
here.
is like from all the time from there, you
Oh,
have
right.
those things. So I don't know. It could be older in Mexico or something. You have this in some of the
Well, yeah.
churches.
Here we go. Somewhere around here. So 60 years later. And he said this as a president, an early president for the Mormons. So, it's got to be good. I just can't believe these religions.
Well, they all want a piece of Jesus while at the same time denying him.
This is absolutely true. So, the reason why Jesus is God is because he became a God. The reason the Father is God is because he became a God. So, I've got nothing, because like we saw in John 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Where was they? In the beginning, which means there was nothing before that. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him. How many things? All things. So the Father can't be created. The Word can't be created. And yet, Mormons still say they're created. And without him was not anything made that was made. So I guess Joseph Smith forgot to read John 1.
I would go to John 1:18, but try it like in the NIV because it has like some of the latest translations.
ESV is a more modern translation than NIV. And NIV
ESV
many
is a
translations.
closer word for word translation, whereas NIV is more of a
general gist.
Thought for thought.
Well, I think that like if you go what do you call it, like word for word from the Greek, right? At least John 1:18 is better in the NIV. Because how you call it, like
We're scrolling. Oh,
because there's one that is
okay.
almost like a conflicted thing, and it has to do with this basically. You can say it. And I like it more in the
Yeah.
NIV because it's talking about the Word
It-
Let there
as
be light.
the only begotten Son. If you can see it. What are you talking about? What is
You
this?
said John 1:18.
Oh yeah, 118. No one has ever
Has ever
No.
seen.
seen God, but the only, and this is a problem, but the one and only Son. No, because like if you see it in Greek, it's the only, then it goes like to God, theon. The thing is that how is it grammatically put together? Like think about it. Like it's the only God that is Son, or the only Son God. And that's the thing that it goes, that it clashes for translations, because in other languages they have to just translate it as the only Son that is in fact God. And if you see it in the NIV, they translated it as they would do it in other languages. They would just say, yep, it's the only Son that is God, himself God.
The problem is,
It's the Son Theon, the Theon Son, the Son that is God. That's what it's trying to say. But in English, and most of them, they separated like the only Son that is who himself is God, Theos.
I'll have to go check my Greek New Testament, which is not here with me.
Monogenes is begotten. The only, sorry, that prototokos would be begotten. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. What I'm trying to say is that I like it more in the NIV. I don't know. That's the only reason that the NIV has a lot of I don't know. I have respect for it
The,
because
the
they
NIV
translated that one,
has,
in my opinion.
if you jump to the NIV, it's got the basically what was in parentheses that you showed versus the ESV doesn't have the parentheses. I see both sides of it.
Mm.
Right, because you can read it both ways, but I believe, in my opinion, that it's talking that the Son is God
Yes.
in Greek, and it says the only begotten Son who is himself God, the only God's Son. That's what it says in Greek, but they translate it, and it's like who is. In the ESV, it doesn't translate like that.
ESV
In the
leaves
KJ,
out son, yeah.
right?
I mean, we
But if
know
you
from context and the rest of John 1 what it's saying, but I can see where others would look at the ESV, and because ESV says no one has ever seen God, the only God who is at the Father's side, he has made him known.
Yeah, they skip the who is himself God, which it is in the Greek. I don't know, but you can make an argument against it maybe.
I
But in
mean,
the
you
Berean,
still get
it's there.
the point through the text, because the only God, who, by the
Well,
way, is at the Father's side, he has
right.
made it known.
No, no one has ever seen God, the only God. You don't know if they're talking about the Father or the Son. In the English, the ESV, but if you go to the NIV, you shut up Muslims, because if they
Right.
read that, there's no way that they can twist it.
Right. Yeah, the NIV is no one has ever seen God but the one and only Son, who is himself God and
Yeah.
is in closest relationship with the Father, has made him known.
If you don't want the
It's
NIV, because probably you're against it, because I don't know, they want I don't know LGBTQ and stuff like
it's
that in the latest one.
well, Actually,
You
for my
can,
daily reading,
yeah,
I go back and forth between NIV and ESV. If I'm talking
me
to
too.
somebody new,
Yep.
I show them NIV because the thought for thought translation is easier for them to grasp and understand. But I grew up ESV, and it's what I'm used to. And so to me, it doesn't. There's no issue with it. I know what it's saying, but
Well, NIV is a
it's
lot easier
it's
to read. It's got an eighth grader's reading level.
But you can go to the
what that.
Berean too. In the Berean Standard Bible, they also have that because it's supposed to be kind of like in the same verge that they are understanding everything like in the way that the NIV kind of like does it.
I tend to stick
Berean,
ESV, NLT, and NASB because they try to keep it uh, straight on with the text, but with a little bit of textual criticism, you'll get the entire idea.
what I'm saying is that in John 1:1, it says, "In the beginning, there was God." And God, no, in the beginning, there was God. And then God, what is it called? Yeah, there was God, and God had, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Correct.
You know? Okay. So that's perfect. Now the problem that you go into that is that when it says like the Word was with God, everything that's in the beginning. Everything is happening in the same moment. But the moment that you say begotten Son, the verb begotten
Right.
implies that there was an action to create
Yeah.
Jesus or the Word, and that's
Right.
where everything breaks down. So I would just stay in 1:1 and don't move through it, so until you very much say that it's the same moment, like almost like Bereshit in Genesis. Sorry,
I think you lost the
And
plot
I'm
because
I
all I
think
did was take us through 1 through 3.
what were you saying? Walk. Sorry.
um I I think I've heard Word and I say it. I know I've heard multiple other people, they'll start at John 1:1 and then go to 14, the Word became flesh, and then ask them, okay, so who's that? Well,
Correct.
Jesus. Okay, well, let's go back to John 1:1 then and replace Word with Jesus.
Correct.
And then it makes it, I mean, because that's what they try to get around it, but if you replace Word with Jesus, in the beginning was Jesus, and Jesus was with God, and Jesus was God. He was in the beginning with God.
And
Do
all
you
things were
have
made through Jesus, and without Jesus was not anything made that was made.
Hmm.
do you have
Precisely.
Bible Gateway in this Bible thingy? Like, can you put like Spanish versions on that?
I probably can.
Can you try Reina Valera, because
What?
Reina Valera is basically King James
Which
version in
verse?
Spanish. The same verse, but like put it in Reina Valera.
18?
No, 1:1, John
Oh.
1:1. Because
So
there's
And
something that
put it
I
in
like
what?
to point out in Reina Valera, which is King Valera. Queen Valera, they call it Queen Valera, but it's basically King James version, but for Spanish speaking people. Like, it was that important. Like, it was at the same time, and it was done with the same documents. The reason I bring it, probably you cannot see it like in Bible Hub. That's
what translation? Oh, there we go. Espanol.
Reina,
Whatever,
like
like
Reina. I rolled the R, so you're like happy
there's
with
several.
it. Right. No, it's just the Reina Valera. V-A-L. Like reina is like R-E-I-N-A.
I'm looking at it.
Okay. Oh, because we cannot see it on the screen. Okay, it's
Right.
fine. What I'm trying to say is that
Actualizada contemporan.
don't
Sorry for
worry then.
butchering your language.
I wanted to put it on
1960,
the
1995, Antigua.
because there's like a
Revisada.
little bit of a fight in my brain because like in English, since I
Oh, good.
read it in English and I read it in Spanish, the problem is that you guys have something called the translation is as the word, and I don't agree with the word
Why?
because logos doesn't mean word. And in Spanish,
I-
there's one that, yeah, sorry.
I think I've got it pulled up and shared, James. You want to put it up there and see if that's what he's looking for? Because I have
Sure.
no idea what it says. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, look at that. In the beginning, en el principio, like in the principle, let's put it that way. Principle means that there's like a moral thing about it. You know, there's a principio, there's a moral idea. Era, it means was. El verbo, the verb. So it's not a word, it's a word in motion. Verbo, like verb. And the verb
Right.
was God, and the verb was with God and was God.
Well, the word
So it's not
logos.
word. It's like word, plan, action. And logos means that. But word
Right.
is lexi.
Because a verb is an action.
Yep. Like imagine a word actually moving. And logos is the action of when you say something, it's being done. That's like when God said, let there be light. Like his word was let there be light. Like he was commanding. It was a command. It was a plan. It was an intention. And when you just put word, it feels like it's just what you write. Sorry.
So you're saying that by using el verbo instead of the word, it makes a stronger case that when you get to the all, that's what created all things, and nothing that was created or everything that was created was because it's the action.
Yeah, like God was the action exactly. It says if I go into Google and it says what does logos mean, and it says logos is an ancient Greek word that translates literally to word, reason, or plan. So when you have a word, it's not a reason or a plan. Like the word just seems like it's something it's written or said, and that is
Right.
lexi.
Word is
There's
vague, and
right.
verbo is more uh it doesn't, it's not vague and leaving room for interpretation of what word means. It is more specific that it's the action.
I know a lot of American people that since they go with the idea of word, they think that Jesus literally is almost like the word that sounds from the voice of God. And that's a little bit of a problem because it creates problems with Unitarianism and with oneness.
Yeah. But if you define word as we do with, for example, a promise, the word, like I give you my word, I will do this. If you define word that way, then if it's,
Yeah.
I don't know if that might be an equivalent to verbo, but
yeah, because word then transforms to authority. Because it's like I'm giving you my word, I'm giving you my authority, or I'm giving you myself, in the idea of a promise, right? You're promising yourself, like, I give you my word. So I give you, like, if you give it to your wife, it's like, I give you my word that I will love you forever. So basically, you are carrying yourself as an enunciator of that love forever. So yes, you are the word is carrying yourself, and that makes more sense. Now, according to this in Logos, it says that Google says that the idea of Aristotelic idea is that probably they were using, that John was trying to use, that is that it talks about reason and a structured evidence to persuade an audience. So it's a persuasion. You're persuading with the word. The word is carrying more than just the word or the concept. It's carrying the whole meaning of what God is. Like, it's almost like God, if you synthesize him in an action, that's what Jesus is. So I like the idea of how other countries put it in other languages, but in English, I feel that is the major problem.
It shows him to be a creator
Unitarianism.
before getting. It shows him to be a creator before getting to. Let's see. I got to go back and switch out of something that I can read.
Well, this specific
There we
word,
go.
logos, in the Septuagint can be found in multiple places in the Old Testament. However, most notably, you can find it in Genesis 15 and Jeremiah 1, where the word of the Lord has action, has personhood,
Yep.
and has a life of its own. He comes to Abram, giving him a promise, giving him orders. And then he also appears to Jeremiah and gives him a message, much like the angel of the Lord and the men that come to Abraham, the man that wrestles Jacob, all that. And as we all know, this is the pre-incarnate Christ.
I want to look
But
at
that's the
something
parallel
quick.
he's using when he says logos.
But you see that even there, logos has a little bit more substance to it than just a mere word.
Well, specifically a tie-in, much like when you do read John 1, and you can find the presentation of that person in Genesis and Jeremiah. So ultimately,
let's see here.
The purpose of using the word isn't just to be like, oh, hey, this is the action of God. This is the verbiage or the concept. This is this character from the Old Testament.
Right, yeah, because instead of just being like the act of saying something, that Jesus is kind of like the voice of God, like being transmitted to you, the whole idea that Jesus is, in fact, the will, the power, the authority, and the message of God makes more sense, because then Jesus becomes much stronger. If you understand that word is not just a word, that logos means everything that encompasses what God is. It's carrying God in a synthesis when he's actually doing stuff. I just wanted to say it because I find it to be poetic almost.
Well, the Bible is full of that. Why'd you leave?
I was clicking too fast between tabs and X'd out of StreamYard.
You are ruining the vibe.
Yep. The Genesis 15 verses you had up on your slide, what were they?
Genesis 15, 1 through 5.
Okay. I was
Give
just
me a moment.
scrolling back into the Reina Valera. Did I say that right, Mac?
Yeah, you're fine, man.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
have a.
I said it. I said it very
No,
American, but
it's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem, and I don't think that nobody has to have a problem with that. But I'm just
I-
like giving you like something
I
because
was just looking to see if it showed uh the verbose or whatever in there as well, but just out of curiosity, but I just scanning across it, I don't see it, but that really doesn't I
you
think
know
affect
when you say
anything.
that when you say something, it's verbal, right? You're verbal.
Right.
You're vocalizing it. Like that's what verb means. That you are actually enunciating something, right? So when
Hmm.
God enunciates something, He means it. That's what verb in the Reina Valera is trying to convey. I don't think it's perfect either. I think logos is better, but we're not gonna use logos. We should just use
Right.
logos, to be honest. Yeah, because it has a bigger meaning. But in Genesis 15, 1 to 5 is, after these things, the word of the Lord came to Abraham in a vision. Fear not, Abraham. I am your shield. Your reward shall be great. Should I keep going?
Yeah, go all the way to 6, actually.
Okay, but Abraham said, O Lord God, what will you give me? For I continue childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus. And Abraham said, Behold, you have given me no offspring, and a member of my household will be my heir, sorry. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him, This man shall not be your heir. Your very own son shall be your heir. And he brought him outside and said, Look toward heaven and number the stars. If you are able to number them, then he said to him, you shall your offspring be. That is the English Standard Version. Sorry.
So shall your offspring be.
So shall your offspring be. Sorry. You will have as many star like offsprings as the number of the stars. That's also in the Quran, actually. Yeah.
Right, but what does verse number 6 say? And he believed the Lord.
And he believed the Lord, and he counted it to him as righteousness. Yeah.
Who is talking to him? The Logos. What does verse 6 say the Logos was? The Lord.
The Lord, yeah.
I don't know if you guys know what all caps Lord means.
Hmm.
Yeah, we do.
Yahweh.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is a decent place to wrap up, since we've seen the foolishness of Islam, the foolishness of Mormonism, and the wisdom of the Bible. So I think we'll wrap it up here and pick it up probably on maybe Saturday night and keep rolling through.
Saturday night. Are we going to be back from stuff Saturday night?
That is
Aren't we going to that thing on
fair point.
Saturday?
So I've decided the days I would go live were Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. That way I still have time for my kids, still have time
Yep.
for my wife. Hello, love. And still push this forward. However, Andy and I will be in Oklahoma City meeting up at the Capitol to assist with Shield of Voice.
Okay.
They are a wonderful charity that promotes and brings awareness. I suppose starting that out with promotes was really bad. Promotes awareness and
Against.
helps fight the abuse, the exploitation, and helps find missing, lost, and those sort of things children.
Yep.
The leader of this, our sister Alley Cat, is doing phenomenal work, and this is the only way I could think to help her. If you go to her TikTok, I think it was, it's Alley Shield of Voice. I believe you can find a donation link. Anything that you'd be willing to give would help her, and she is doing phenomenal work. So I plan on going live on Saturday out
How do
there.
you spell that, James?
Hmm?
On her TikTok, Allie, ALLIE,
ALY,
ALY.
I believe so. Let me see if I can.
Shield
Hey,
of Voice.
James,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to convince you somehow to don't dox all the time, everything, man. Try not to.
It's not either one of our hometowns. It's a drive for both of us. So.
I understand, man, but yeah, like I'm gonna be worried all Saturday, man, about you guys.
Ain't nobody
No,
watching anyway.
We're in Oklahoma.
You don't know that, man. That you like maybe they're not watching right now, but like you're gonna leave this and you still get like hits, man.
Nah.
There we
Where's
go.
I'll just pull it up on TikTok.
The first
Alley Shield of Voice, Alley Cat 7282. Yep, that'd be the one.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I think I found the right one. Alley Shield of Voice at Alley Cat 7282.
That'd be it.
Okay. I am going to, let's see, how do I
am trying to do
maybe
the
that
same
button. Yep. Copy link. Back to YouTube.
Look, the one that was streamed 4 days ago with most of us online and everything. It's 90 views, man. So just telling you, most of them is not us. Just so you know, right now, yes, because we're only the people watching it. But people do watch it afterwards. So just be careful because it goes everywhere. And everybody's getting doxxed. And it's not cool, man.
Google can't even find my house. What makes you think they can?
Yeah, but they can find someone else's house.
There, I put the link for Alley Cat's TikTok in the YouTube chat.
I don't know. You're gonna find that picture.
They don't have to find your house. They have to find the person that is going with you, and you are online, and I can see you. I can recognize you.
Well, I hope they do recognize me. Come up to me, talk to me. I'd love to talk to you. So
no, but you have to be careful. I know that there's a lot of things, dude. But like for instance, when I see Bro Maverick, that he has his wife, his kids running around and everything, I'm like, I don't know. I would be more careful because like, Bro Maverick, no problem, man. He can take any guy. He will break them. into little pieces. But what about the kids, dude? Like if they go to school or
Right.
something like that, you know, like you cannot be everywhere.
Well, I'm not going to give my hometown, but I can tell you I'll be in Oklahoma City. That's a big
Oh,
place.
yeah, gotcha. It's just like just be really careful because like I don't know, like names, things and stuff like that. Like they are like I don't know. Just when you're if you're gonna go famous or a little bit famous, you have to just be careful, man. That's all.
I
I'm
am
telling
not going to go famous.
you. Oh yeah, you might. But it doesn't matter if you go famous. There was once a person that told me, "Hey, you have to be very careful because you know the enemy. He keeps tabs. He doesn't forget."
Fear not the man or
I
the
know.
one that can destroy the body. Fear the one that can destroy the body and soul.
Right, but like it's your body and your soul. But when it's like your kids or it's your wife or something like that, then you're like, oh no, if you're not like they have to fear me, and you don't want to go to those problems. I'm just saying, be careful, man. That's all.
Why do you think my wife is watching? She's watching to
Well,
make sure I don't dox myself.
I'm telling you, man. Like I'm trying to tell you not to dox yourself, man, because I can foresee that you're very easily doxable. You will dox yourself, man. You say everything so honestly and earnestly that you're gonna end up like saying, "Hey, come to this place." You're gonna give the number, everything, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be. I'd love to have a chat with you.
No, that's cool, man. Just be careful because there's a lot of people that are having problems, and they
Just
wish
know that we
they
live
would.
in Oklahoma. And Oklahoma
Okay.
is a two-way friendly state.
What does that mean? Two-way friendly.
Two-way means
Two-way
Second
friendly?
Amendment.
Second Amendment.
It means pew pew.
Gotcha. We don't have like arms here, so yeah. The only arms that we
It
have
tells.
is all from yeah, how are they called? Organized crime. They all have them all. I don't know how they get all of them. Like apparently they just go to the States and bring everything.
Yeah.
My thought is that maybe the state is like giving them those because like come
I'll
on, like how
refrain
can they
from
have so
comment.
much?
I'll refrain from diving into this.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
just bring things that
We don't
nobody
get
should talk
political
about.
in here.
No political.
I'm staying out of that side of it, just like the denominational stuff.
All right, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, it has come to that part of the night.
Okay. Here we go.
So I thank you all for tuning in. It was a pleasure talking with you and exposing the lies of Islam and Mormonism and spreading the truth of Jesus Christ. But with that being said, I think I'm going to close it out. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Amen.
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 Hey, well, God bless you guys. Hope to see you tomorrow and have a wonderful day.
You too.
Night.
You too.
Sleep well.
God bless. See you tomorrow.